Hello there everyone, welcome to this video. This is gonna be a different kind of video from what I used to make, being the 4-star character guides. Okay, so something to note, this is my third try doing this. The other two are actually gonna be live. The problem with that is the audio got really messed up, so we're gonna hope that this audio is fine. If not, you won't even see this. What's happening is I did the Abyss, I did all the chambers. At first I only did the first three, the new ones, and left floor 12. On my first recording was me live doing the 12th floor. My second recording was me redoing that with live audio recording. And well, here is what we're gonna do for the third. Hopefully this audio just comes through. So what's happening is the Abyss reset 2 days ago. So I figured I would show you my run through of just the 12th floor. Should be very much noted that I am definitely a whale. Not exactly a Leviathan. I don't have any of the limited 5-star characters up to C6 or anything, but I just showed the three limited 5-stars that do have constellations. And I'm just, right now, mainly showing off the builds. To note, I don't have Nahita's signature weapon. I just didn't feel like pulling it, didn't feel like it made as big of a difference as her C2 would. So I opted to go for the C2 rather than going for her weapon. This first team that I'm showing you the builds for is built around blooms. As you could probably tell, they all have lots of elemental mastery built into their kits. All their artifacts are made for it, except for Kokomi, because she is needed for the healing, but she still gets a lot of it passively, thanks to, Dendro Resonance, plus the Keys passive, plus Nahita's passive. And so the second team is just the team that I always take into do this. Basically, every time I'm a Hu Tao main, Hu Tao and Ganyu. On the team I use an Elemental Mastery timepiece, because Yalan and Shincho are on it as well, and that basically makes it so you're almost 100% guaranteed to get the vape on Hu Tao. To note that the stringless I'm using on Yalan is actually level 1, while the stringless I'm using on Kale is level 90. It's mainly because Kale can actually use the Elemental Mastery, while Yalan really just wants it for the passive. She gets her ult not always off cooldown, but I definitely don't play optimally at times. I suppose that's kind of some whale privilege. Sorry about that. But for the most part, she's built with energy recharge in mind, thanks to the Emblem of Severed Fate set. Normally, I'd also be running Toma on a Favonius Lance, but that is also not fully leveled, and believe it or not, I prioritize leveling other things over Toma's Favonius Lance. The teams I'm using themselves also aren't optimal. Like, in the first team, it's almost 100% better to just go for Dendro Traveler over Kale, but I am a weed, and I love Kale, and I read the manga, and she's an adorable little girl, and now she's all grown up, and I love it. In the second team, it's probably better to just go for Zhongli over Toma. I even like Zhongli more, but I think it's personally funnier to get double Pyro Resonance, double Hydro Resonance, and kind of have everyone scale with HP at the same time. Another great thing is that for some reason on the first two chambers I got HP percent, which helps out both teams thanks to Milu's key scaling and the entirety of the second team. Also might have noticed that Nahita and Kokomi's artifacts are not leveled up, and thankfully this Abyss, it didn't really matter that much, because they really made Blooms overpowered in this Abyss cycle. It's kind of crazy. I don't exactly remember off the top of my head of what they did, but you can see how much damage this is doing. Some of these are hitting for 60 to 50,000. That chamber just got annihilated. You might also wonder why I'm bringing this team that clearly does not have any Electro units into the floors that, specifically the boss version of these guys that you normally would kind of need, not really need, clearly, since I'm about to show you in the Abyss form, which is harder than the overworld form. But yeah, you could kind of just punch through if you can find it. It turns invisible in the phase where it summons these things that spin on the ground like that. It goes invisible like this, but if you can find it, you can still hit it. It won't do as much damage because after you wipe those things out, then it kind of it gets stunned and defense is lowered. But you can kind of just punch through if you do enough damage, which Hu Tao definitely helps with, and Hu Tao marks it, so you can see it when it teleports away and it's invisible. So that makes it easy. Now, since this is a closed commentary, I can tell you that the end of this floor gets delayed a lot because, one, I know I have a lot of time, so that's something you can keep in mind in your Abyss cycles. If you could see that I'm at 8 minutes, and for 3 stars, you just need to pass the 7 minutes. These are the last 2 enemies. And I delayed because I really did not want to use my burst on this singular enemy when Xingqiu and Yalan really count on their bursts. It's okay to sacrifice some of Hu Tao's health because, one, she can heal, 2, she'll be shielded, and that's another advantage of this team. I would not necessarily recommend using Toma, as I know he's only built for shielding, but there's so many characters that really can just shield better. Obviously Zhongli, but I think even Noelle can shield better, and Diona for sure. It might not be a better quote-unquote shield, but they have so much more utility, and for me, I've experienced better uptime with them. So there's that. I really would normally not recommend using Toma when you're really trying to optimize. But like I said, I'm not always trying to optimize. I'm kind of just playing with what I like and what I think is fun. And what I thought was funny in this team was using all the HP scaling I possibly could and getting 2 resonances. That's kind of the theme with all the videos I've made on this channel, is that everything I want to do is for fun. All these guides I'm making, not every build I recommend or even showcase are really what's like meta. That's not the point of this game, in my opinion. It's the point of the Abyss, sure, and that's why you'll see that almost none of my showcases take place on the Abyss. All of them are in ley lines because you could just have fun in the game. That's kind of the point, right? You don't need to optimize every single aspect. Even in this Abyss run, I mean, I know it's because I'm kind of a whale. This is far from optimal, though. I don't even think you have to exactly be exceedingly optimal. At least for this Abyss, there are some that are definitely harder than this that you probably should be. But at least this Abyss, I don't doubt that a free-to-play player with at least 3 months of playtime, I'd say, which, yeah, that's a lot, but the game, you could probably do it in less. The game itself is made to be played over time, and if you like keep that in mind and don't try and force your way and rush your way through it lends itself to being fairly balanced. And also that floor just gets annihilated because of all the blooms. It's kind of insane. That is where Kale really shines. She applies a lot of bloom directly around her really fast. But like I was saying, to me, I just use the characters that I want, and so that's what I try to show off. So anyone watching this, if there's characters you want to see me try and use in the Abyss, I am down to at least try it. I might not necessarily make a video if I'm not able to beat it in time, but I'm definitely more than willing to try to build characters that people just want to see. That's the entire point of what I'm doing, and like, I've recorded some videos for things that you shouldn't bring into the Abyss. Like, in a video that's about to come out soon, I made DPS Goro. Don't do that. Don't. Goro is probably one of the worst characters to be played as a main DPS. But you can do it if you want. In the overworld, it's definitely definitely doable. I was able to clear a leyline with it, which isn't necessarily impressive, but it's all you need, right? It's not like you're gonna be fighting something on a time limit, really, in the main overworld. And that's where the bulk of the game really is. So I just showed off builds that, you know, are just made for people to play characters how they want. So I just beat the Abyss. You can see. I would have tried to do this again, but I just didn't want to deal with whatever would have happened with the microphone. I still don't even know if this recording is going to be good. We'll know when this goes up, or if it doesn't. We'll see. So, thank you for watching. If anyone has any comments, please leave them. I'm very much open to suggestions and recommendations. And requests, obviously, and not only for Abyss runs, but for my next guides. I actually had a couple guides laid out, and then a friend told me that they really wanted a guide for Goro, so that's why that one is going to be coming out in 2 days, I think. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, please let me know. I'd very much be willing to make more. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone, have a great day.